Hello, I'm going to continue because I've had some positive responses from people about my reading about the teachings of the Buddha. And I'm reading essays from a book that I put together because these essays are valuable to all because it discloses the wisdom of the Buddha. They provide examples of the Buddha's vital lessons on how to make our lives happier, wiser, and more compassionate. I know the reader, and now you, the listener, will enjoy the brevity yet cogent manner for these essays. This essay will be about achievement for the layperson. The obstacle for some people to begin practicing Buddhism is doubt. The doubt that as a layperson, one cannot advance very far towards Nibbana. However, that isn't a fact. Indeed, the Buddha stated that he was not a unique savior that is far above what people can aspire to become themselves. Instead, he claimed to be a man who had realized an extraordinary truth, Nibbana. Thus, Buddhism is concerned with how anyone, male or female, can follow a definite path of mental culture and development to have that same realization. In his own lifetime, the Buddha saw many of his followers realize enlightenment. After his death, and down through the centuries, thousands have experienced the awakened state, and not only monks. Buddhism is a teaching that explains how realization can be acquired in one's lifetime, here and now. In fact, Bhikkhu Bodhi says that many of the Buddha's followers who attained the first three stages of awakening, from stream entry through non-returning, were lay people. It has also been said that the sutras say that lay people can achieve the fourth fruit, arahantship. Throughout history, people from all walks of life, among them laborers, people of the lowest castes, have joined the Buddhist community. Many people have claimed to attain right knowledge through their practice. The Buddha's purpose was to teach the Dhamma for the uplifting and liberation of all beings from ignorance and suffering. In aspiring to declare the Dhamma to all, the Buddha saw the world as a single group, not as an artificially stratified society divided by race, religion, and status. While it is true that generosity, moral virtues, and other topics are commonly taught to lay people in Buddhism, there are also many instances in the sutras in which lay people have received the same profound discourses as the monastics. For example, in the Nagara Sutra, the Buddha, after expounding on insight into dependent arising and the eight-factor path, concluded by declaring that this ancient path, the Noble Eightfold Path, discovered and traveled by the Buddhas, has been explained to the monks, the nuns, and the male and female lay followers. He affirmed that this holy life has become successful and prosperous, widespread, popular, reached the masses, well proclaimed amongst devas and humans. The Buddha himself never once said that arahanthood could only be attained by the renunciant. So, as is often the case with goal achievement, much of how successful we are depends on our right attention and effort. The Buddha exhorted all to begin diligently today. So let's begin, if we haven't already, diligently today in following the Eightfold Path. May all beings be free, happy, and successful.